So this is going to be an extremely important video when it comes to what you need to focus on to crush it in today's new real estate market. I'm going to give you winning strategies that will help you become the authority figure in your hyper-local neighborhood. The go-to real estate agent that clients flock to because you will offer so much value that it would be stupid not to work with you. What I'm about to show you in this video is strategies that some agents pay hundreds of dollars a month to have access to, strategies that will help you maximize your income, and I'm going to give it to you for free. A few things we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about 3 things I'm shifting in my personal business with the new NAR settlement. 5 things you need to do when getting a listing to become omnipresent. 7 things we need to do as competent buyer's agents to increase value and retain income. Without further ado, let's get started. What's up, guys? It's John Michael Perez with the Real Estate Virgins podcast, where we are here to elevate your business, take your business to the next level. We're not just agents talking the talk, we're agents walking the walk, and I'm super excited to share some valuable information. Today, we're gonna focus on 3 things that I'm focusing on when it comes to shifting the strategies and tactics for my personal business. And I really think that you should probably do this as well. But before we go any further, guys, if you get any value out of this video, please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button. And if you comment below, I'm gonna give you 10 video scripts that you can use to convert leads into clients that pay you, okay? So comment below, just say, I'm in, and I'll get you that 10 free video scripts, as well as instructions on how to make videos in order to convert more leads into buyers and sellers. So 3 things I'm focusing on. Number 1, relationships. Number 2, listings. And number 3, new builds. So let's get more in depth into each one of these 3. So number 1 is relationships. How do we go deeper within our sphere in our hyper local neighborhood? Me, for example, I'm doing events for my hyper local neighborhood. And what I'm doing is I'm creating RSVP lists, and I'm asking for people that want to be a part of the event to RSVP, give me their phone number, give me their email, and then now they can attend the event and I can follow up with them and soft pitch them over a long period of time, my real estate services. Now, I don't go super hard 24/7. Hey, I'm a real estate agent. Hey, I'm a real estate agent. Hey, I'm a real estate agent. However, I'm always coming from a place of value. Number 2, what can we do better to stay in front of our hyper local homeowners? Like I just said, guys, you can do events, you can create online assets, digital assets. Maybe it's a neighborhood guide, best restaurants in our area. Now, these are digital assets that you can collect data, as in phone numbers, emails, that you can send out. And now you've got their data, you can throw them into a newsletter. So why are relationships so important? As a buyer's agent, the new NAR settlement requires us to have our commissions up front before showing homes. This does not mean we can't go back and amend the agreement so that it reflects the compensation applicable to the home they are purchasing. Showing our value is absolutely key. So listing out your key performing tasks as a visual is more important than ever. So here are 7 things good buyer's agents do. Number 1, they prepare unbiased price analysis. So buyers don't overpay. Now, I've had so many instances where buyers almost overpaid for their property. And just for example, I had a client this past weekend that is going to pay 40 grand over what the house is actually worth. It comes with a pool. Ooh, big fancy pool in the back. However, homes in the area were selling without a pool for 70, 80 grand less. And this pool was not worth 70 or 80 grand, right? And so these are just more opportunities to prove our value. Prepare unbiased price analysis. And guys, if you like this part, I would highly suggest screenshotting this and saving it for later, and maybe writing it down as your value proposition to give your potential clients. Number 2, help buyers not get taken advantage of. An example, due diligence, inspections, amendments, negotiations, outrageous lender closing costs, disclosures. You have no idea how many times an unrepresented buyer will go into a transaction and not realize that it might be in a floodplain, or they didn't realize that they need a title policy in order to protect them in case future or past heirs of the property come back and say, hey, I actually own a little piece of ownership of that property. Now give me $90,000, right? And so this is what happens when a buyer goes into a transaction unrepresented. They don't even know that they need a title policy to protect them. They don't even know that they need an inspection to make sure that the framing and the roof is up to proper standards, or the foundation is about to fall off the hill, right? And so these are ways that we provide value. Number 3, connect buyers with reputable vendors, lenders, contractors, and title companies. Now, this is important for you to create those relationships with trusted lenders, contractors, title companies. Number 4, coordinating home tours with agents and home owners. Now, there's a big misconception that real estate agents are glorified door openers. However, if you've ever showed a home as a real estate agent and you're coordinating 7 different sellers, 2 of them have dogs, 3 of them can only show the house after 5 o'clock, another 2 of them have issues with opening the gate or the lock, and on top of getting unbiased price analysis for each property, on top of doing due diligence before showing the home, on top of getting disclosures before showing the home. This is just another thing that we do as buyers. Number 5 is provide and review disclosures and important information or future problems that may arise for these buyers. You know, a couple days ago, I was showing a home that was not too far from my personal property, and I was looking at the foundation and I realized that there were vertical cracks on the side of the home. And although there were, the home's foundation was not visibly in disrepair yet, I did notice that there could be potential future foundation issues, right? And so if buyers don't know about this, guys, that's a $15,000, $25,000 fix in 2 years, 2, 3, 4 years, whatever it is. And these are things that we need to address before closing on the home. Number 6, write up offers that protect buyers. For example, suggest warranties and contingencies that protect the buyer, like financing contingencies, HOA contingencies, title commitment contingencies. What if you purchase a home and find out it was used as a puppy mill, right? Or it was used as a commercial development and there's gas that leaked within the soil, right? These are just things that you can look up as a real estate agent and provide value. Number 7 is ease worries and provide a successful roadmap for a successful home purchase. And as real estate agents, it's extremely important to provide the proper expectations so that the transaction is smooth. Let's go into the next slide. So when it comes to listings, I am going to take it back to the old school strategies. Every listing has the opportunity to produce more business by using open houses, just listed and sold postcards, and more. So let's get into it. So here are 5 things to multiply your business from listings. Number 1 is market yourself as the neighborhood expert. An example, Bryson expert, Summerlin expert, Sunfield expert, and get a writer for the top of your listing sign that says you are the expert of that neighborhood. Number 2, go deeper with open houses. If you're farming a specific neighborhood, consider getting several neighborhood expert signs with your contact information on them. Now, when you're doing open houses, a lot of real estate agents in this day and age, they think of it from the perspective of finding new buyers, right? But with this new market that we're going into, I want you to start thinking of it as from the perspective of how do I get more sellers, right? And so as a listing agent, you need to show the proof from the service that you provide from that current listing, as well as you can share the results that you got from selling that home, right? So I had a home in in a city that is probably 20 minutes away from me. And we had something like 30 plus showings within the first couple of days, which is a lot in my market. And what ended up happening is I could use that data and say, hey, look, guys, I'm selling houses and having 30 plus showings within 2 days. And if you'd like to sell your home as well and get these same results, I'd love to have the opportunity to represent you as well. You leverage those results for new listings. Number 3, geolocation Facebook targeting ads that are around your specific neighborhood. Now, these are strategies that I use to become omnipresent. When I go into a coffee shop, sometimes people say, man, it feels like I see you everywhere. I'm seeing you on online advertisements. I'm seeing you on local signs. I'm seeing you on billboards. I'm seeing you on Facebook groups. And that is really the strategy, because when they think about selling their home, or when their brother or their sister or their cousin is thinking about selling their home, the first person they think about is you, because you became omnipresent. Number 4, extreme activity within your local neighborhood Facebook groups. This does not mean post about real estate 24/7. Reply to comments frequently with valuable information. Do not just say, hey, I'm a real estate agent and this is what I do. And the thing is, most people will just disregard you because you're constantly just advertising yourself. But come from a place of value. You know, I started a YouTube channel as well as a Instagram page that constantly shares news-worthy information that is from our local area. And people are constantly sharing that information. And guess whose face is constantly on that information? Hi, it's me. All right. Number 5, restrict your content to strictly the neighborhood you've been wanting to farm. So when it comes to listings, I really suggest to do content that is within a specific area, especially if you're wanting to get listing heavy. Okay. And if there's new builds around that area, I would suggest doing more new builds. All right, so going into our next topic, new builds. This is the third thing that I'm focusing on. As far as I can tell, builders do not seem to want to stop paying realtors. As a matter of fact, 61% of new build purchases had a realtor involved in 2023. The highest performing content that you can do for new builds to get engagement, like likes, comments, shares, and potential leads, come from doing model home walkthrough videos. And like I said at the beginning of this video, if you want 10 free video scripts with instructions on how to convert leads into clients, comment below, I'm in, and I'll send those over your way. Also, new build contracts, to be honest, are the easiest transactions for real estate agents. However, there are several ways buyers can get taken advantage of, and the new build associates strictly represent the seller and will do everything in its power to make the builder the most amount of money. What value does a real estate agent bring to the table for new builds? First off, the lending process. New build lenders are notorious for giving great incentives. However, sometimes fixing numbers so that the buyer is actually not getting a discount at all and overcharging for closing costs. And this just happened. We talked about that earlier in the video, where a client called me and said, hey, John, am I supposed to be spending $27,000, $28,000, $29,000 in closing costs? Absolutely not. And this builder said, hey, we're giving you $10,000 off closing costs. But what they were doing is just charging an outrageous amount for those closing costs and then giving them the discount, which means that it wasn't not really a discount. Number 2, the walkthrough process, making sure everything is fixed and up to proper standards so that your client is getting a premium product. Some builders hire bad subcontractors that skip steps, and it's up to you and the buyer to call out things that need to be fixed, and almost always the builder will fix the problem. beautiful thing about new builds is that they actually have great warranties. And this is a benefit to getting a new build as compared to a resale home. However, as a real estate agent, during the walkthroughs, and I always recommend getting a third-party inspection, during those walkthroughs, print out the inspection and let the new builder know, hey, this, that, and this needs to be fixed. And for the most part, they will get it fixed. And if they don't, be stern with them as the real estate agent, because you are providing value for your buyer, right? And for me, when I'm going through those walkthroughs, I'm taping up everything. Generally, new builds, they provide 2 walkthrough. 1 is the first tape, and 2 is to make sure everything was fixed. And during this time, I'm pointing out anything and everything that is wrong with the house, even if it's a small thing, because I want to make sure that my buyer is getting the most for their money. They're buying a brand new home. They should be getting a brand new home. Number 3, communication with on-site supervisors and sales associates for updates and making sure that the home is done in a timely manner. Now, there's not much that you can change if delays happen. However, you want to make sure that you have those expectations, especially during a new build transaction, with your client, and let them know, hey, sometimes there's material delays, and sometimes there's storms and things that push back the time frame with when your home is going to be complete. However, what I'm going to do as your real estate agent is communicate with the on-site supervisor and the sales associate to make sure that you're up to date as to what is going on with your home. So guys, right now, it's more important than ever to dig deep and provide value. I recommend listing out the value you bring to the table and focus on how you can elevate your client's experience with exceptional service. My name's John Michael Perez, at John Michael Perez on Instagram. If you enjoyed this video, or if anything was of value to you, please like, subscribe, and follow. And we look forward to seeing you on the next video.